Guys, today it's time to have a dig and a moan and a groan about Camden Council and this bloody Labour government, right? How on earth is it justified that a food outlet in Camden Market has to pay £7,600 a month, right? Business rates. How on earth is that logical or possible? Well, it is fucking possible because that's what's exactly happened. I own Patog restaurant, a Persian restaurant in Camden Market in Hawley Wharf. And we're basically being forced to close down because we cannot logically pay £7,600 a month business rates for a unit in a market, in a food court. You tell me, let's explore. But not only is a new business that we've invested so much money is going to the shit, but we're also gonna have 6 of our staff unemployed. So, how is that logical? You tell me, Labour government. You tell me, Camden Council. Now, Camden Council will always wash their hands and say, well, it's got nothing to do with us, it's the evaluation department. Our landlords obviously don't care about business rates and they just pass the buck and say that that's the council's responsibility. However, the landlords, right, in this case labs, right, do have a responsibility to be transparent and honest. And when we took this unit, they knew what the business rates were because the previous tenants that were there left without paying because the business rates were too high, right? They knew this, but they didn't expose that or tell us. As usual, they just pass the buck and say, go make your inquiries with the local council. Now here we are. This is Hawley Wharf, and there's a food court on the 2nd floor, and that's where we are. So let's go have a look. Here we go, guys. This is our little hangout in Hawley Wharf food court. It's not Hampstead Heath, it's not West Hampstead, it's not Central London, it's a bloody food court, right? And this is our unit here. So we're 85 square meters, right? This is our unit here. And our valuation for here is £120,000 set valuation for business rates. How on earth is that possible for a market and a food court in Camden? So there we go, guys. This is our rateable value, 121,000 monthly, £7,600 a month. That's just unbelievable and totally shocking and ridiculous. So guys, the bottom line is this. Just to open the doors, right? That's business rates. Our rent and service charges, £14,000 a month for a food court in Camden. I mean, how much are we making a day? We're barely making £500 a day. I mean, these guys seem to think that we're located in, I don't know, central London where we're making £4,000 or £5,000 a day on revenue. I mean, surely this is bullshit, right? How is it possible? You're just driving new businesses into the ground. Now, I know a lot of you are going to ask the question, why didn't you do due diligence and check online? Well, we did. And the unfortunate thing is that the postcode of our unit is different to the postcode which is registered on the local council website. So we couldn't find the business rates before we signed the lease. So what I did was, which was prudent, I went around and asked the neighbors in the food court, how much are you paying? And they were like £500 a month, £600 a month, and blah, 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 blah. So I said, okay, you know what? My unit's a little bit bigger, so £1,000 a month? £1,500 a month? But not fucking £7,600 a month. And our landlords knew this because the previous tenants that were here left because they received the same bill, right? And they thought, fuck that, how can we survive and stay here? I mean, you're talking £15,000 a month just to open the doors. Then we've got labour to pay. Then we've got food costs to pay. And then we've got utilities to pay. I mean, how much are we bloody making? We're not in central London. I mean, in key areas around here, like Regent's Park, Hampstead Heath, West Hampstead, Finchley, they're not paying £7,600 a month business rates. So why on earth, Camden Council, Labour government, should a unit in a food court, right, be paying £7,600 a month? As a result of this, we're basically gonna have to close down, right? Now, the landlords can't wash their hands, and I'll tell you why. The landlords knew the business rates. They never gave any type of indication and a typical disclosure that, you know, This is the business indicated business rates. Check with the local council. Otherwise, I would never have signed up for this unit. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. How is it possible that business rates are more than double the rent that I'm paying here? It doesn't make sense, right? It's just not normal, right? Normally, business rates are less than your rent, usually about 1/3, 1/4 of your rent. Here, business rates are double our rent. Labs don't give a shit, to be honest. They don't give a shit about any of the tenants here. I mean, in this food court alone, tenants are leaving, come in, 3 months later leaving, come in, 3 months later leaving. The turnaround is ridiculous. Why? Because it's just not viable. I mean, we're small businesses. We're trying to survive. We're doing a good product, good service, right? But it's just not viable. It doesn't make economic sense. And the landlords are just taking advantage of that. They're not, I mean, this place in Hawley Wharf, Camden, is an amazing location. However, there is no footfall. Business here are just basically barely surviving, right? So when you're hit with such a bill, it's like a kick in the teeth and saying, you know what? F off. This is where it gets interesting. Labs, the landlord, are charging nearly £1,500 a month service charges, right? For this unit I just showed you, right? Why should I pay £1,500 a month service charges, right? Number one. Number two, I'm paying the same rate as the other units, and they are just literally a counter. They don't have a dining area, right? And they get the benefits of cleaning. They get benefits of having furniture. They have an attendant walking around clearing the tables. They have rubbish bins. They have heating. Whereas my unit, I don't get anything because I have like a isolated unit, right? So Lab's response is, well, you have your own unit, so you do everything. Okay, no problem. If I'm going to do everything myself and I'm not going to get the same benefits as everyone else, my service charge rate should not be the same, right? Why am I paying the same and not getting the same benefits? Also, I don't have use of 1/3 of my restaurant, basically up until here, where you can see the overhead heating. That side over there I cannot use because I can't put any tables there because in the cold winter months, I have to put heating. And I can't put heating because the landlords don't give me enough power. So basically, I've been charged service charges for this area here, which is not unused. I cannot use it because I can use it. I would love to put tables and chairs here, but I can't use it because people won't sit in the restaurant, right? Okay, because they don't have heating. They freeze to death, right? So basically, I'm being charged service charges for an area that I cannot use, out of my control, because the landlord doesn't give me enough power to the unit to install additional heating. Overall, guys, it's a complete farce. And a legitimate business like us, who recruit and have 6 employees, now are being forced to close down because there's no way we can afford to pay such ridiculous business rates. And the service charges being imposed on us just make it not logical. And most important, not only not logical, but not fair. How can you impose a service charge at a universal rate for all units in this food court, right? Whereas we don't get the same benefits as everyone else. We have to have our own furniture, we have to clean ourselves, we have to have our own rubbish bins, we have to have our own attendants, we don't have any heating, and so on and so forth. How is that logical? So now we have to close. We have to close due to, if you like, the negligence and ridiculous attitude, not only of our landlords, Labs, but also of Camden Council and this bloody government. Now I know a lot of you are going to say, well, you got the discount for new businesses that your business as a restaurant qualifies for. Yes, for 2024, but next year it doesn't apply. It hasn't been approved yet, right? And even with that discount, right now, our business rates are £2,400 a month with the discount. But the rateable value is £121,000. The issue is the rateable value. The issue is the core fundamentals of assessing this place at a valuation of £121,000, which equates to £7,600 a month business rates. Well, I'm not going to pay. And as a result of that, we're going to have to pack up and leave. So, to hell with the local council, and to hell with our landlords who don't give a shit. And not only don't they give a shit about us, they don't give a shit about any of the tenants over here, and they do nothing to help us. None of the tenants in Hawley Wharf are happy. Every single one of them are unhappy with our landlords because the management are weak. They have no clue. We're paying a premium, right? I could have gone on the high street and paid a premium and I would have got footfall, right? We've come to a food court, right, as a destination because we're expecting the landlords to attract and put in place infrastructure to have footfall. Otherwise, why on earth would I come here to Hawley Wharf and Camden Market unless we have the footfall? If we don't have the footfall, what's the point of me paying a premium? I don't mind paying a premium. I pay more money. But there's no customers. Businesses here are struggling to survive. Every 2-3 months, one of the food outlets here and the traders are closing. Some other poor git is coming in, and they see that they can't survive, and they will go. In the last 10 months that we've been here, 4 traders in this floor alone have come and gone. Right now, as we speak, we only have 7 units on this floor, right? And right now, as we speak, 2 of them are empty. They just left, right? Because they just can't they don't make the money, right? And then people like us and others also are thinking of leaving because we just don't make money. We cannot survive on just summer trade, and the typical response from the management or the landlord is, oh, you need to do more advertising. Yeah, we do bloody advertising. But people aren't coming here because Camden is a unique destination. It's not somewhere where you can just park up and walk into a restaurant and enjoy the experience, right? It's the destination which most people will come on the weekend, or obviously we have the traffic of tourists, but that's seasonal. Other than that, this place is completely dead. I mean, literally, there's times when we come here at peak times, lunch, and there's maybe 5 or 6 people walking around. I mean, it's crazy. And then you're charging a premium for what exactly? What are we getting out of it? We're just, basically, the traders here are working our asses off to pay Camden Council and our landlords. We get no benefit. No one's making money. Literally, no one is making money in Hawley Wharf. Hawley Wharf is a disaster. The management are weak. There's people in the commercial department, I won't mention names, that all they think about is money, which is typical, right? They don't give a damn about the traders. And no matter what we presented to them as a solution, it's all been thrown back in our faces. So anyway, I want to share this, and I want you guys to share with everyone. Everyone and anyone, all the major outlets, let them know the truth about what's really going on, not only in Hawley Wharf, but in Camden, and the lack of professionalism being handed out by labs, the landlords of Hawley Wharf. This is a farce, and businesses, new businesses like us and many others that are here right now are closing due to these crazy evaluations and our stupid landlords.